The ball's lying on muddy, wet turf, and the grass is cut tight. Is there more than one way to be successful with this shot? Of course the answer is yes. However, just like most greenside shots, while there are a multitude of ways to accomplish the task of getting the ball on the green and hopefully close to the hole, when the turf is tight and wet, there's most definitely a shot you can go to increase the probability of success while simultaneously reducing the probability of round-wrecking outcomes, chunks or flubs and blades. What makes this shot so difficult is, unlike the hard-packed turf, which deflects the club away from the ground into the ball, this soft, wet turf wants to gobble the club up and stop it dead in its tracks. There's another surface where this is true, the sand. So the approach from this situation is to play the bunker shot. Yep, on purpose, we're gonna make an explosion shot, exploding the ground and the ball at the same time. We're gonna lean into the ground contact that typically causes the ball to travel nowhere because you're not adding the club head speed needed to offset the ground contact. Let me show you how to be successful in these tight, wet, muddy lie situations. Turf is tight, it's rolled into a wet area, it's even picked up water on the ball. I gotta carry a bunker. The one thing that saves me here is it's into the wind. Are there a variety of ways to play this? Absolutely. And it would be okay to swallow your pride and just kind of bump run it with a 7-iron or a lower lofted club up onto the front edge of the green. But to the extent that we need a shot, we need to work on the ability to fly it up there. Some concepts pretty critical right here. There is always the possibility to try and catch it clean, meaning make contact to the ball before the turf. But what you need to understand is if that's your strategy, then you introduce a risk, and that risk is that for the amount of clubhead speed that you're creating, if you don't catch the ball clean, if you catch turf before ball, you won't have enough clubhead speed and this ball will end up in the bunker. So that's an okay strategy to play. I got it up there about 5 feet away. But if I do that again and I make the slightest of errors that contributes to my club hitting the turf before I get to the ball, because of how wet it is and muddy it is, that club is going to get stopped by the grass and struggle to get over the bunker. That was a fat one, but luckily there was enough energy that I had in the club head that it got over. So what I would suggest, in order to make sure that this is not a round wrecker for you, is that we lean into a shot type, a strategy that allows certainty in impacting the ball with enough speed that it's going to get over the bunker, but yet not taking on the risk that it'll ever be short. So we're going to lean into, on purpose, hitting it fat. We're going to lean into hitting a bunker shot. What do we know about a bunker shot? A bunker shot, we intentionally hit the ground before the ball. As a result of that being the intent, hitting the ground before the ball, we need to elevate our club head speed, because the ground, in the case of a bunker, the sand, or in this case, the turf, is going to act as an energy buffer. We're not going to get as much energy into the golf ball because some of the ground is going to take some of that energy away. So the rules for success, we set up to it just like a bunker shot. We widen our stance. So we go wide stance, we go ball centered, and then I'm looking at the location in the ground. I'm looking to land the club. So I need to land the club exactly where I'm looking, and I need to invite a big long follow through with a lot of release, such that I know the energy is going to get out, right? As I talked about in the intro, the ground wants to slow the club down. In fact, it just wants to stop it. We need to combat that with a feeling of speed in the swing and a feeling of high release. So if we can explode this one with some speed, confident, because we've practiced our landing point control, we can be successful with this shot and we don't have to try and catch it clean. And that's a great shot. I'm 10 feet behind the pin, directly on line. I impacted the turf some number of inches, 1 to 2 inches behind the ball, and I was really assertive with the bottom, even into this dramatically thick grain, rooty zoysia grass. I was still successful. So if you can embrace the speed, the intent to hit the ground, then you can turn this into a certain putt opportunity without taking on the risk of trying to catch it clean and leaving it in the bunker because you don't have enough club energy, or even worse, avoiding ground contact and blading it across the green. As a final thought on practice, you're gonna have to push through a boundary of trust here. on such a short shot, your brain is not going to want to use the club head speed I'm recommending, and this is only because your brain thinks this club head speed will send the ball clear over the green, and it would if you weren't exploding turf directly behind the ball. So keep at it, explode the turf with speed, and you'll unlock success on this former round wrecking shot. Now you're going to own it.